Welcome back to Solutions for Financial Independence. Joining me now is John Halterman of Beacon Wealth Management. How are you today, John?
I'm doing fantastic, Kyle. How are you?
Same here. So today we have a question from Cindy from Morgantown. She says, I am getting ready to retire and I am very worried about the rising cost of health care.
You know, Cindy, I don't blame you at all, because clearly the rising cost of health care, or health care in general, in retirement is a huge, huge concern. And so, you know, a couple of things I think you should think about right off the bat is number one, you got to make sure your insurance coverages are up to date and also have the right coverages. And what I mean is that if you're not 65, you got to make sure you have the appropriate comprehensive health care. If you are 65, you got to consider a supplemental Medicare supplement. Also, you may want to consider long-term care or a life insurance policy that has a long-term care rider, because what I see very often is people don't expect to have to go into a nursing home, and unfortunately they have to liquidate their assets because of the lack of the right insurance.
Is there anything that's even more important than those few tips?
There is. You know, I think in addition to having the appropriate insurances, you got to think about your emergency fund. Too many times people don't have liquid assets, and when you don't have liquid assets, unfortunately, you can't pay for a catastrophic loss. And a big health bill is definitely a catastrophic loss if you don't have the resources there to pay for it. Another thing is live within your means. Too many times people use their investments as part of their retirement income. And unfortunately, they have good intentions, and the next thing you know, they start giving money to their kids, they start doing extravagant things, and their principal starts draining. And then they have a health care issue, and that health care issue pretty much wipes them out. And so if you do those few things, cover your insurances, make sure you have appropriate emergency fund, and live within your means, I think you'll be fine.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for
You're
that
welcome.
helpful information. If you missed any of that, head over to WDTV.com and don't go anywhere. Much more news after the break.